Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the MCN for Friday. Still setting some stuff up, still working on things, camera, lighting and all those things, but a bit of a scaled down version, but let's get into some hard-hitting Marvel Contest of Champions related stories, shall we? One of the first things is, you've probably noticed in-game at the moment, you would have received this calendar, the Push Further calendar, which gives some freebies, especially if those of you are, I think it's like Thronebreaker to, or lower than Thronebreaker. I can't remember which one it is, but I know Paragon and Valiant get the same one, which I think is the same one that's on screen right now. It definitely looks like, yes, it is. This is the Paragon Valiant one, but there are ones for lower players for absolutely nothing for free that you get these, which is really nice. Thanks to Kabam for giving this out, and especially because there's tier 6 class catalyst selectors, so select what you want and do some things. There's also Valiant crystals within it, which is cool, but a 7-star at the end of it, which is nice as well. So it's good to see this, and yeah, a bit of positivity for a Friday. Now let's quickly talk about the rank up tab and the free gold and free ISO on a daily basis, which is something that for some people it's, you know, good, to others look, free's free. However, though, we were, as this saying, we were a guinea pig. You have to spend units now. Like, everybody has to spend units in order to get some of the shards. We were indeed a tester, and of course, you know, Kabam Crash said back a little while ago, our team was testing to see how players' behavior would change with different configurations of this new feature. Later today, all accounts will start seeing the same configuration, where the free item is the ISO gold selector and the bonus item after purchasing champion shards. Communicating the test design in advance would have potentially affected the validity of the test, but now that it's over, we can discuss. But if it, but this is unfair, you say. We agree, and that's why we're sending out compensation so players in the worst test group will still get their champion shards for free. I believe the comp will include 9 days worth, no timeline on when it will arrive. So that's that. Of course, depending on how you look at it, yes, it's annoying now. You've got to spend units in order to get some 7-star shards, but they do add up. It's tough, isn't it? I would say that only when 7-star shards are included in those things that they become interest and of value to players if you are looking to spend units. If they're any more than 10 units, wait until you're Valiant, to be honest. It's just on a value sense. Because if it's like... But for me, I'll give an example. For me, it's... what is it? 100. So it's... I think we worked out it's 1,500. Yeah, you have to do 1,500 units in order to get times 100. But oh, no, that's not right, is it, Richard? 150 times 100. Yeah, so 150 times 10. It's 1,500 units. Sorry, I still got cold, fluey brain. Yeah, so 1,500 units in order to get yourself a, you know, a, what is it called? You have to buy 150 times 10 units is the amount for 15,000 7-star shards. It's not super ridiculous. It's not too bad for Valiant players, but anyone else, I'm sure if it doesn't look like it works out too well and it's not very favourable, then don't do it. Yeah. But of course, it does come with its own level of criticism on the matter. I think Kabam Jack said something to say that as well. Kabam Crash said a couple of days ago, experiment was over. Oh, yeah, everyone sees the configuration. There's a notification bubble that's annoying about it. I don't know if Kabam will look to get rid of that. Yeah. I just thought I'd mention that, just in case anybody's going, why aren't the 7-star shards free, or the shards element free? It's not now, it has changed. Now on to many issues when it comes to Season 19. Season 19, which went in on Wednesday, went in with a few bugs and issues. Of course, I would have covered stuff like that, but I was moving house on Thursday, so it just, yeah, and this happened late Wednesday, so it is what it is. I cover what I can cover whenever I can cover it. But yes, people were coming in with the wrong seeding. Not very good. Last season ended up in Vibranium 3, but now it shows that it ended up in Platinum 4. Seriously, Kabam. Of course, not great. Not a great start. But the team, as we know, went right into discussing. Kabam made a decision very, very quickly to say that they are going to give us 15,000 7-star shards for reaching Diamond 1, and 10,000 Titan Crystal shards for reaching Vibranium 1, which is not too bad. Yeah, it's good that they did it. I know some people aren't happy about it. I know. I see it. I think a lot of people see it. But, yeah, it's kind of good. Quick summary. Game team added a bunch of 7-star shards and Titan shards to the higher brackets to offset the additional grind. Do bear in mind, if you're not having a great start to the season, it was day one. A lot of people, I think a lot of people miss that when they go like, if you're getting wins, getting W's, getting L's, it just takes time. Got a lot of people now a lot lower. So, not that image didn't represent that, but what I'm saying is like a lot of people now have gone down a lot lower in their seeding, so therefore you're going to have a lot more painful, far more frequent, really like messy and horrible matchups. So take time, and it will get better in the coming weeks. So yeah, more like half-hearted apology, really, plus a handful of elder marks for the inconvenience. Anyway. Would it be nice to see elder marks? Yeah, but am I going to give it? No. I don't give out those things. But of course, there are some sides of things that we don't consider where, things aren't great for coming back into seeding. From a victory track perspective, when you come back in from your seeding from the previous season, you'll get a load of rewards. This includes things like elder marks and allows players to get off the ladder, get on the ladder, so to speak, with progression with that. So the other side of things is tie edge perks. This is nicely executed band-aid, but if I'm understanding this correctly, I'll be playing the early season without a large windfall of elder marks that I would have had if this worked properly. As a result, my solo event score is going to suffer, so I won't be reaching later milestones there, and I'll probably drop in rank rewards. Again, it's a nice fix, but everyone who's over the moon about the result needs to realize that you're likely giving back some of these rewards by not reaching certain solo milestones. The elder marks deficit will also affect alliance scores. So I mean, you have wherever you are in the game, however you look at Battlegrounds, however you play Battlegrounds, of course, different people, different issues, things work out. Maybe for others, maybe not with it. So yeah, each their own with their thought process. Also, for a time, there's something else called a seasonal reset reason test. Battlegrounds prize box test. So that was put in. So I don't know what that's about. Bring popcorn, kind of like showcase that. So yeah. As I said, lots of different thoughts, processes, and around the matter. Not great for some, not exactly ideal. Kabam Jackson says, all of the rewards after your 5 matches have been awarded to your account. Check your stash if you didn't see them to pop up. We confirm that previous claims were false alarms. Okay. So yeah, I think it's just a bit kind of like, oh, is it old and scuffy? Maybe it's come in now. Maybe that's what that was, the season start rewards reason test thing. Very messy situation, to be honest. Also, sticking with Scuffy and Battlegrounds, it looks like there was another issue with the node. So the BG nodes say Cosmic Champions light attacks have 50% chance armor break, and I did a fight with Hercules against Red Skull, did a bunch of lights and the whole fight, but got 0 armor breaks the whole time. Either there's something I'm misunderstanding or it's bugged. Unfortunately, it did turn out to be bugged, with Kabam even saying the team is aware of the Battlegrounds node issues and is pushing for a fix as soon as possible. I think that fix is now gone live, but wow, Kabam can't catch a break, I think, with stuff that kind of breaks. And, you know, sad that Kabam Jax has to deal with a lot of this stuff, especially from last month where, you know, the community team has been shrunk down. So he's having to firefight a lot of this stuff where, you know, of course, mistakes and issues happen in game development, but yeah, not good when it comes like 2, maybe 3 at the same time. But what are your thoughts on Battlegrounds this season so far? Scuffy start, not great, all right start. How are you feeling about things? AQ raids Modok. Now, this has already been and gone. So why are we talking about it now? Well, Kabam have had a response to this. I've been trying to wait to see what Kabam would say. Is Modok bugged? Was he bugged? Sorry, past tense. Because everybody spent their revives. They've spent their time, their effort on some new stuff, which just doesn't seem to. Apparently, it was meant to be difficult. So I think a lot of us as a player base went, okay, so it's going to be difficult. But what we then found out is, it could be bugged, which isn't great, because then you go like, oh, right, so the game doesn't suck. I do. So you kind of ask those questions of yourself. But sometimes it works out that the game sucks, and you don't. And that was the case. Let's set the scene with Animaniac says, had a couple of bugs this raid week so far where myself and some teammates would complete missions on the path, and some fights were a wash because no matter what you did, the game never completed a prompt. Especially seemed to have happened against the Ragnarok, annoying and definitely needs a look at. But this Modok fight is something else. I used 3 revives and 4 attempts, never once got a roll charge, even though I spent 2 minutes of the fight completing 8 to 12 prompts each attempt, other teammates experiencing the same issue, anyone else having these problems. And many people did. You can see there, many people did. Many people did. Videos. I've been sent countless things. Someone mentioned to me about Aegon interaction being bugged, and to be honest, I think a lot of champions were bugged. I mean, there's mentioned mention that using Aegon makes my life make more sense, but even then, that makes it there's so many things, so many bugs, issues, and especially in this thread to light up the issue. Now, the reason that I mention this again is because Kabam Jax had indeed responded to this with some information from the game team, and it is marked saying official comms. Here, thank you for your patience. Myself and the game team have been in discussion around this cause of these issues, the required fix, and any consideration around compensation, as always, in cases where these solutions are a little more complex. We don't like to give half information. However, while we've made plenty of progress, we haven't locked in all the details. I still decided it was time to give you the info we have, and fair play to Jax, because Mike wouldn't have wanted to give out information until he had the full picture of it. So fair play to Jax. He is firefighting this week and last week. There are 2 issues impacting raids for summoners. 1, specials were not contributing towards knockdown objectives, and 2, Aegon is not working for knockdown on Thanos saith, which I think gives a bit more clarity to people's issues. We understand the frustration it causes. A peek at our internal conversations, we're aware that summoners are quick to learn and adapt to these issues. One is easier to adapt to than others, but that doesn't negate the frustrations of having stumble first to learn. These issues have been found and will be able to make fixes for the next raid cycle. Again, remember the nature of the bug fixes in the contest. Some can be made on the fly, and some need accompanying a new build release. Conversations underway regarding compensation for the issue. We have yet to lock down a full plan for this situation, so timeline and details are uncertain at the time. We'll likely have more information shared soon, and further apologies. So, I mean, let's look at the positives. Compensation. Positive is that, again, Kabam are going to deal with it down the line, but we are left with this issue of a very inconsistent time for Kabam. I don't know if you could say, is this, issue... There's not issues, really. There's a lot of questions you need to raise, like the testing. General morale at Kabam at the moment, there's... With stuff that... I think there's been some secret layoffs. Of course, we know, too, because they're community... team orientated, so it's kind of front end, and you get to understand a bit more with that. Jax is kind of doing 2 other people's jobs at the moment in time, and is this something that comes from Netmarble's penny pinching? Maybe something I've still got to explore in a video, but I kind of it's just not good, is it? It just comes at a very bad time. It comes at a very bad time where inconsistencies are there, and sadly, things don't seem to be tested. And if they are tested, again, I always say this before, who is testing them? Is it the right type of people testing stuff? When it comes to new changes, additions, Alliance Wars nodes, tactics, defense, who are these people that are testing? Are they the right people testing stuff? Are they aware as much as anything? Because in any case, I know Kabam like to put it out to the community to just do a test and see what happens, but it's not very good safe and face where then you've got to do more work to compensate players because there's a bug or an issue. And we've now come off of a week where there's been 2 Battlegrounds related issues, the murder box thing, and the 4th thing being raids, this new raid cycle. So I don't know, it's like a June's month for catching strays. Is that the right terminology? Or taking L's? I don't know. We need to get a bit of positivity. So yeah, more positivity in all this stuff. And Kabam, good luck. I think that's probably the best thing I can say. And check twice. Test around the right people. In any case. Just quickly to end the show today. 50 mil, I'm going with a 6-star. Valkyrie, 5-star. I'll go with 25 mil. Professor X, 6-star. Go with 18 mil. And I'll go with a 10 mil for the 5-star version of Professor X. Those are my arena predictions, because on Fridays I'm going to be doing some arena predictions. So it was good to kind of like get these two in for some predictions. Anyway, good luck if you are doing some of those arenas, and check out some other content located on screen. Sorry for the scaled down version of the show today, but we're back on Monday with kind of like some pop-ups and other stuff. Anyway, cheers everybody, have a great day, bye bye.